Well, convertibles must be getting very popular in India because Mercedes has launched its third convertible in the Indian market. This is the CLE 300 Cabriolet, and in this video we're going to tell you everything that you need to know about this car. So let's get started. Now, since the car is based on the C300, it borrows a lot of its design elements from that car, the nose, the grille. But this is an AMG line spec which is coming to the Indian market, and it will be available in only one variant. You'll see that this loses out on a lot of chrome. The only chrome bits that you're going to see is this here and this line on the bumper. And since this is an AMG line, you will see a lot of cuts and creases that make it look sporty. Right here you have LED headlamps, you have these nice blue lights right here which light up, and you have the DRLs here. It misses out on fog lamps, but you have this sporty bumper which looks really nice. Coming to the side, you get 19-inch wheels with this beautiful looking alloys, gives it a retro sporty feel. And if you look at the overall side of the car, it is very long, yet it is a convertible because it has two seats at the rear as well. And you'll see these character lines. It does make the car look really nice and sporty. Now moving to the rear, you'll see a typical Mercedes tail lamp, but this is a fresh element for this car. You see a piano black strip that runs across the boot. You have a sporty looking bumper, but these exhaust tips, they are not functional, they are fake, they are just for the aesthetics. And you have some chrome lining here as well, which does look really nice. The Mercedes logo right here doubles up for the latch of the boot and also hides the reversing camera right here. And let's take a look at the boot. Now this is a small boot because this space has been taken up by the roof. So the soft top, when it goes down, it stores itself here. But as you can see, we have a backpack here, we have another bag here and a helmet, and you get this space saver spare tire which takes up a lot of room in the boot. If you remove that, you will open up more space, but you'll hardly be able to store any hard luggage. Duffel bags and backpacks you can store here comfortably. And the car looks really good with the roof up as well. I mean, it is definitely a look up with the roof down, but when you put the roof up, it still looks sporty and really attractive and grabs a lot of attention. Let us know what do you think of the design of the CLE 300. Now, since this is a cabriolet, it does get two more seats at the rear, but are they really comfortable? Well, getting into the car is very easy if the roof is up. So you just open this door, there is this latch here, you pull it and just push the seat forward, and you have ample of space to move into the cabin. So like I can just go standing up. It's very comfortable to get in, and that's it. But if you look at the space here, very limited knee room, very limited space for my feet. I'm still a little comfortable, but I'm sitting too upright, and obviously there is no recline. I do get this headrest, but the roomy feel of the open roof does keep you a little comfortable. However, long journeys, I don't think that's going to be possible and very comfortable in this seat, at least for people of my size or bigger than me. But yes, smaller people, children, kids, they're going to be really comfortable and they are going to enjoy themselves. You get rear AC vents, so when your roof is down and you're feeling hot, you do have dedicated AC vents. You have cup holders and this cubby hole right here. You have the speakers also, so that's also nice. And this glass pane also comes down if you want to open up some space. Other than that, there's nothing much to write home about the rear seat. It is a decent space. For short journeys within the city, about an hour or so, you'll be comfortable, but after that, you would want to get out and stretch yourself. Getting out is also pretty easy. Just pull this hatch, push the seat, and you can just walk out of the rear seat, and it's that easy. But yes, things will be difficult if the roof is up, and then you'll have to push yourself in. But with the roof down, it's very simple. Now, let's check out the interiors of the CLE 300 Cabriolet. Firstly, this big door is nice and heavy. It feels really solid, and it has this steps within it where it locks itself so that it doesn't slide out or slide down, which is really nice. And you have this massive door panel, soft touch materials everywhere, high quality premium feeling textures, and you have ambient lights here. Here you have the controls for the seats, the lock, the doorknob, and you have the seat ventilation, the seat heating, and this is the neck warmer. Now let me show you. This is a very interesting feature. So if you have your roof down and you're driving in the hills or you're driving in the cold, you're feeling cold but you still want the wind in your hair, this little notch here, it's called the warm scarf feature, and it throws out warm air directly to your neck so that you can keep yourself warm while driving in the cold with the roof down. That's a very, very nice feature. Besides that, you have Burmester speakers, you have the boot open here, 1 liter bottle holder, and you have all these controls for the windows. All the 4 windows will go down. So with the windows up, this is what the car looks like. Let me show you. So the rear quarters also go down, they go up. So this is what the glass looks like on the sides of the car, and you can put all of it down. So you get that seamless convertible experience. Really nice feature. Now let's talk about the cabin. Now overall, the cabin layout is similar to the C300, and if you watch that video, you'll find that nothing is different here except a few changes. You'll have to have a close look and you'll find out the changes. Now firstly, it's this display. The display is the same. There's no change, no resolution change, no size change. It's the same display as the C300, but this one has got a trick up its sleeve. Now when you're driving with the roof down, there's a chance that you will have sun glare and the screen might not be very visible. What you can do is press this button right here and the screen will pop up. So this change of angle is 40 degrees, and when it's straight like this, there is no glare at all and you can view the screen clearly. And you can put it back with a simple touch. Now second change is obviously this. These are the controls for the roof operation. This is for putting the roof down, this is to bring the roof up, and this is for this nifty feature right here, the air deflectors. So if you're driving at higher speeds, you want better aero, you don't want a lot of wind in your hair, you can just put these up and the wind will be deflected. Another very cool feature. And now another change is this lock right here for the glove box. So with the key, you can lock the glove box and you can leave the car open. Not advisable in India, but still, if that's something you want to do, you can obviously lock the glove box. If you have your valuables, store it in them, lock it, and then you can leave the car with the roof down. So those are the only differences in the cabin. Other than that, it is a very premium cabin. You have soft touch materials here, you have this nice textured finish here. The plastics are nice, they don't feel scratchy or cheap at all. The central console is also very nice. You have a lot of space here as well. You can open this up. Here you have a wireless charging pad, you have a Type-C port, and these very smart cup holders that lock in whenever you place something in here. That's it. It locks the bottle right here so that it won't move. If you have a smaller cup, you can use this, but for the larger ones, you can use this one. You can put them back in place so that they look nice. But when you want to place something here, just leave it and it will lock it here. Very nice feature. Now, to put the roof down and take it back up, it takes about 20 seconds for a single operation. So 20 seconds for it to come up, 20 seconds for it to go down, and you can do it on the go. So if you're driving under 60 kmph, the roof can still be operated. So that's really nice. You don't have to stop the car to put the roof down or take it back up. And suddenly if it starts raining, you don't have to stop. You just 20 seconds and the roof will be up. Other than that, you have a central armrest with some storage which opens up with this button, and you get two more Type-C charging ports right here. So a lot of charging ports for all the passengers and a lot of practical space, though this is a convertible. Now the seats do need a special mention right here because these are very comfortable seats, and they are not AMG seats, or they're not very sporty seats. They're nice, wide, and since I have a wide body frame, I'm very comfortable in these. You have this side bolstering right here, and you have this massive headrest. Also, this neck warmer is a really nice feature to have in cold weather. But the seat overall is nice, wide, it's comfortable, it's ventilated, it also can be heated, so it suits all kinds of temperatures. And a really nice place to be in are these two front seats. The rear seat, not so much, but that is also, the cushioning on that is also very comfortable. So those were the interiors of the CLE 300 Cabriolet. Let's get driving and have some fun. Well, now we are driving the CLE 300 Cabriolet, and this comes with an inline 4 2-liter petrol turbocharged engine which puts out 255 bhp and a massive 400 Newton meters of torque. Now this is the AMG line spec, and that's the only spec that is going to be available in India. It's going to be only one trim, priced at 1.10 crore. And in terms of performance, it is not outrageously sporty, is what I would say, and it is a very comfortable car to drive. And the ride quality is what I want to specifically talk about. Now, even in bad roads, in rough roads, in roads filled with potholes, this car performed exceptionally well. I could hardly feel the jitters inside the cabin. It is absolutely spot on when it comes to driving comfort, and the ride quality is something that you would love on this car. Though it looks sporty, it's the AMG line, it's not very sporty. The suspension is not stiff. In fact, it has 3 driving modes, and it has the sport mode. You do not have the option to change the suspension setup. So even if you go to individual, and if I want to set it up, I cannot change the suspension. Now this is only for the India spec models. Internationally, globally, you get a model where the suspension can be set up. You get an adaptive active suspension as well, but this variant does not get that. And I feel that Mercedes has done a good job with that, because this suits our driving conditions really well. Now the ground clearance is low, so you do have to be careful over the speed bumps. It does handle most of them, about 90% of speed bumps, very easily without scraping the underbelly. But some nasty ones that are like just out of proportion will scrape the belly of the car. But this is not what the Cabriolet is all about. What this car is known for is driving with the roof down. And while I'm driving below 60 kilometers, this takes about 15 to 20 seconds to get the roof down. And pardon the voice quality if there is any disturbance, but this is how you want to be driving this car. Now obviously it's not very advisable to drive it like this in a city. You can already see this has picked up some dust here. So in the city you should not be driving with the roof down, but when you're on an open road, you're driving in the hills, you're driving in the ghats, this is how you want to be driving this car and have absolutely fun. Now this button right here, it puts the wind deflectors up, and as you can see, this is the wind deflector. It kind of deflects the wind, and you'll hardly see that my hair is barely moving even though the roof is up. But if I put the deflector down, you will notice that more air is passing through here. So that the deflector also helps in keeping the air up, and also it helps in the aero while you are speeding on the twisties. Now, in terms of handling, again, this is not a sporty car. You can push it into the corners, but you won't have as much fun as you would expect in some other AMG cars. It is fairly decent. It can hold a straight line. It's very stable on the road. It's a wide body. You get a wide tire, so very stable on the road, at very stable at high speeds. It has a 9-speed torque converter gearbox. You get paddle shifters, so you can take manual controls, and in the sport mode you also get a very good sound out of the silencer. The steering also weighs up very nicely. It is very accurate. It's typical of Mercedes to give very good quality driving dynamics, and no complaints at all in the ride handling and the ride comfort front. Speaking about fuel efficiency, now you do not expect a lot of fuel efficiency out of this car, but surprisingly, this was able to return 10 to 11 kilometers per liter, which is decent for this car. And in the city, you will get about 7 to 9. On the highway, it's about 13, 14. But on an average, you should be able to get 10 to 11 kilometers to the liter, which I feel is impressive for this sort of a car. Also, when you're driving with the roof down, the car is going to draw a lot of attention to you. So if you're someone who does not like people staring down at you, stay away from this car or drive with the roof up. Since I have the car with me only for a couple of days, I'm going to make the most of it and drive with the roof down, as that's what this car is supposed to do. Just simple, pure fun. So if you are someone who likes the attention, who wants something different, wants something that stands out from the crowd, and you want to have a lot of fun, you should definitely check out the CLE 300 Cabriolet. Now, this is the third convertible from the house of Mercedes in India, and it does seem that convertibles are getting popular because they get so much attention. And this car in particular, it's very practical while being a convertible. You can comfortably seat for, not for long journeys, but you can do it for shorter distances. So small families can be comfortable on long journeys as well. And it has a very practical space. You get a lot of practicality, a lot of storage spaces. The boot is a little small, but you can make do with it for a small weekend trip if you carry duffel bags instead of hard luggage. In terms of pricing, this is priced at 1.10 crore ex showroom, so about 1.2, 1.25 on road. And there's no other competition because there are hardly any convertibles. Mercedes, I think, has the most number of convertibles in their portfolio. Yeah, there are a few convertibles launching soon, so we might see some competition later. But as of now, there's no car in this segment or at this price point which offers you all this. Let us know what do you think of this car. Let us know what do you think of the features are offered on this car and the price. And I hope that I've been able to answer all your questions. If you have any more questions, put them down in the comments below. Subscribe to Motoroids if you haven't already. Press that bell icon so that you get notified whenever we upload our next video. This is Vipul signing off. I will see you in the next one. Until then, rev hard, rev free, and drive safe.